Here we are. It's European week, and on Thursday we have a genuine chance of putting one foot in the Europa League final by smashing a few goals past plucky Norwegian outsiders Bodo Glimt. However, lurking in the background is the horrifying spectre of the other team from North London potentially winning club football's ultimate prize, the European Cup. And let's face it, the Gooners absolutely destroyed Real Madrid over 2 legs, and they now stand just 3 games away from truly becoming one of Europe's elite football clubs.
No! God, please, no! No!
And so, the question I want you to ponder is this. Would you rather that Spurs lift the Europa League trophy, but that guarantees that Arsenal also win the Champions League? Or would you sacrifice Europa League glory and our first major trophy in 17 years if it guaranteed the Gooners and the world's smuggest fans did not hold aloft the European Cup at the end of May?
Yes.
I think I have my answer, and I'll reveal that in a couple of minutes. But first, let me make the case for both scenarios, starting with both clubs lifting the respective trophies. Now, the stick that we are constantly beaten with is stuff like this. But in the 17 years since our last major trophy, Arsenal have only won 4 FA Cups themselves, hardly the Bayern Munich of English football. It's also a little known fact that we have won more European trophies than the Gooners, the Cup Winners' Cup in 63 and the UEFA Cup in both 72 and 84, whereas the Gooners have only won the Cup Winners' Cup in 94. If both teams were to win this season, we would still be 4-2 up in European trophies, albeit that the Champions League is the best there is. Secondly, and maybe most importantly, winning the Europa League qualifies us for next season's Champions League, which brings a bucket load of money into the club and dangles a much larger carrot in terms of player recruitment for the summer. On the negative side, like I've mentioned, the excruciating pain of Arsenal lifting the Champions League trophy would be truly hideous, and their fans would be literally insufferable. Honestly, I'd rather hammer a rusty nail through my own cock than have to put up with the pure smugness of Arteta and all the deluded Gooners who genuinely believe that they are the greatest team ever to exist. Living in London, being a born and bred Londoner, I have many friends who are Gooners, some of whom are genuinely my best friends, but I literally can't talk about football with any of them as they are so deluded, so highly strung and uptight about their club that any conversation is genuinely painful. The latest gem from one of my best friends after the first leg against Madrid is that, and I quote, "I don't care what anyone says, Thomas Partey is better than Rodri." Can you imagine the first game against them next season where they will inevitably sing "Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that," along with LA that they directly stole from Liverpool? They'd probably make up some shit new song about having a star above their badge as well, and that would be the new one from the fat gooner in the pub, wouldn't it? "How many stars you got above your badge, mate?" Fuck off. It's the stuff of nightmares. But for us, it does mean that rather than finishing 16th or 17th in the league, likely losing some of our best players in the summer and not having any European football at all next year, we'll end up in the Champions League and with a significant trophy in the bag. Think carefully about that while I outline the other scenario. Like I've just mentioned, if both teams are eliminated and neither wins the trophy, the impact is much bigger for us financially and in terms of aspirations and player recruitment for next season. Having no European football can certainly be a benefit in the league and the domestic cups. Take Newcastle this year and Leicester in their title winning season, for example. But realistically, we're never winning the league. And although we have a much better chance in the cups, as soon as we come up against a Liverpool or a Man City or a Chelsea in the latter stages, we're massive underdogs, and so glory there is not easily achieved either. However, we've been here many times before, and would it make much of a difference if we maintained the pure mediocrity we've all got used to, and if it meant that the Gooners didn't lift the most prestigious of all trophies? Would the satisfaction of watching PSG absolutely demolish them in the semi-final outweigh the hurt of not winning the Europa League in the context of how our season has played out? If they do win the trophy, it's a whole nother level of pain for us, and the European Cup truly is the ultimate club prize. They've already stated that they will have a big summer in the transfer window, and if they are European champions, then they will be able to attract the best players in the world this summer, and multiple Premier Leagues and more Champions League trophies could realistically follow. That, my friends, is what hell looks like. And so to my decision. After agonising over all of the factors I've just outlined, and after jumping from one position to the other and back again, my opinion is this. We need a trophy, we need money, and the lure of Champions League football pretty damn badly. I really, really want to win the Europa League, even if it means that the Gooners become European champions. The benefits for us are so vast that rather than being the green-eyed monster, let's focus on what our club needs, and let's also consider the pure euphoria and the joy that we will experience if we lift the trophy in Bilbao. It will be absolutely epic and a real seismic moment for the club. And also, dare I say it, if one team can beat Arsenal over 2 legs, it's PSG. In Nuno Mendes, they have a left-back, one of the best in the world, who can take care of Saka, who basically represents 95% of Arsenal's threat. In the end, what will be, but let's worry about ourselves rather than the scum from across the road. Come on, you Spurs.